So first of all, just for you to catch a glimpse of University of Windsor, we are located in the city of Windsor. Just across the river is Detroit, United States. And we are the public institution in Ontario. And if you are interested in studying in Canada, you would find that Ontario is the most populous as well as the most developed province in Canada. And Ontario has been long the most attractive destination for international students coming from all over the world. I have to share that nearly 50% of the international students coming to Canada attending institutions in Ontario. So there are a lot of options for you, and definitely University of Windsor is one of the best choice.
Bro and sis, selamat malam semuanya. Apa kabar? Semoga pada sehat-sehat ini ya di malam Education Fair. Kita adain lagi di hari yang pertama bersama Windsor University, dan kita ada beberapa update ya guys untuk dari Maple, yaitu yang pertama untuk tanggal 15 kita ada Education Fair lagi bersama Ontario Tech University jam 10. Kemudian pada tanggal 16 dengan Algonquin College jam 8 malam. So stay tune terus ya guys, dan Francis jangan lupa time-nya, dan kalau misalnya mau informasi more ada tim kita yang akan membantu. Kemudian yang kedua, kita ada update yang terbaru. Mungkin Bro and Sis mungkin ingin mengetahui lebih jauh apa itu mengenai student loan. Kita ada pada saat ini Maple ada kerjasama berpartner dengan salah satu institusi yang memberikan loan gitu ya. Jadi bisa membantu untuk Bro and Sis untuk bisa mewujudkan mimpinya kalau misalnya mau sekolah di studi di Amerika maupun di Kanada. Nah, salah satunya mereka juga mensupport untuk Windsor University ini ya untuk student loan. Jadi Bro and Sis kalau misalnya pengen information more tentang University of Windsor, silakan keep tune ya, stay tune terus dalam webinar atau education fair pada malam hari ini. Kemudian yang ketiga untuk Bro and Sis yang ingin sekolah selain di US atau Kanada yang dengan harga yang terjangkau, bisa dengan Synergy University di Rusia. So Bro and Sis pengen tahu lebih mengenai bagaimana sekolah studi di Rusia, bisa kontak dengan Maple Teams juga ya, Bro and Sis. Kemudian untuk yang mau ambil visa ke Amerika, yang masih bingung gimana sih interviewnya untuk studi di Amerika seperti apa. Nah, kebetulan kita juga ada berpartner dengan salah satu agensi di Amerika yang sangat expert di bidang visa, terutama untuk misalnya mau studi atau mau apa, untuk mereka akan membantu. Dan kalau misalnya Bro and Sis mau tahu lebih detail mengenai itu, Bro and Sis juga bisa kontak dengan saya, Tris, ataupun kontak dengan tim Maple kita. Oke, dan terakhir kita together with us Tracy from Apply Board. So welcome Tracy, and welcome Sis Jessica Pam, welcome. Sis representative from University of Windsor.
Maple Corp, yeah, to
Yes,
organize this event, and we have a guest of honors today, Jennifer Farm. She's a representative of University of Windsor. So today I just talk a little bit about Apply Board. Yeah, so we are actually is an online recommend platform for your higher education if you wish to go further study. Yeah, Maple Corp will be able to help you with the admission process to get the offer letter and support you with the visa application. So we are here today to talk more about one of the Canadian university, University of Windsor. So so that is the main purpose of this event, and I will pass down to our guest of honors, Jessica.
Thank you so much, Miss Tracy. So first of all, I'd like to say thank you to Marble Corp and Apply Board for holding this section and give me the opportunity to share with you guys about University of Windsor and the City of Windsor itself. So, I'm Jessica, regional representative for University of Windsor in Southeast Asia, and I'm going to share my screen right now and save a lot of time of yours. So can you all see my screen now? So first of all, just for you to catch a glimpse of University of Windsor, we are located in the City of Windsor. Just across the river is Detroit, United States. And we are the public institution in Ontario. And if you are interested in studying in Canada, you would find that Ontario is the most populous as well as the most developed province in Canada. And Ontario has been long the most attractive destination for international students coming from all over the world. I have to share that nearly 50% of the international students coming to Canada attending institutions in Ontario. So there are a lot of options for you, and definitely University of Windsor is one of the best choice. So for this section today, I would like to share with you, first of all, it would be the reason why you should choose Canada among all other attractive destinations, for example, Australia, UK, or the United States. And then I would like to share to you about the City of Windsor and University of Windsor, some of our programs and our services. Last but not least, the scholarship would be highlighted in this section, and some of the immigration opportunities and programs in Ontario and in Canada as well. So stay tuned. So let's get started with the first part of the presentation. Why Canada? This is one of the biggest questions for any international student. I know that it would be a very important decision that you have to make. So the reason why you should choose Canada would come down to three main reasons, which is study, work, and live. And this is the exact pathway for any international student coming to Canada and then seeking permanent residencies in Canada. So first of all, you're coming here to study. That's why the quality of education would be the first criteria when you consider. So Canada is a top country in the group of 8 in government investment into education. And we are also in top 6 of the best education system in the world. Because of that, we have the very high standard in public education system. That's why I would like to emphasize that University of Windsor is the public institution. Because of that, our programs as well as our degrees would be highly regarded and worldwide recognized. And because of the government investment into education, we can provide a very affordable tuition fee for international students compared to other destinations. Second reason would be the work opportunities. International students coming to Canada, attending colleges or university, you are allowed to work part-time off campus for the maximum of 20 hours per week. And during the official breaks, for example, summer breaks or winter break, you can work full-time, like from 32 to 40 hours per week. And during the academic programs in the university and in the colleges in Canada, you can also have the co-op programs, which are the paid internship as well as field placement, because we want to make sure that the student would have some kind of working experience before you graduate. And after you complete the programs in colleges or universities, you can apply for postgraduate work permit and stay in Canada legally to find job, to work full-time, to work part-time from 1 year to up to 3 years after your graduation. And then last but not least, is about the quality of life and the immigration opportunities for international students. So Canada is no doubt the number one in terms of quality of life in the world. And then we also offer very open immigration policies. So we have the federal immigration programs as well as provincial nominee program. And Ontario is not an exception. We also have the Ontario Immigration Nominee Program, which is in favor for university degree holders. So if you have the bachelor's degree, the master's degree, or PhD degree in Ontario, you would have a very high chance to apply for permanent residencies in Ontario. So those are some of the reasons why you should choose Canada over other destinations. I hope that it was persuasive for all of you. So like now you decide to go to Canada with such a large country like this, 10 provinces and 3 territories. Where should you go? That would be the most frequently asked question from all of the international students. So you can find here Windsor and the University of Windsor should be one of your ideal destination. Why? So Ontario is in the east of Canada, and you can see in Ontario we have Toronto, which is the biggest city in Canada. And we also have Ottawa, which is the capital city in Canada. And in Ontario, we also have Windsor. And Windsor is in the southernmost point of Canada. Because of this location, we are named as the southernmost city in Canada, and we can offer you a very one of the best weather in Canada. So it's not the warmest weather in Canada, but it's the mildest weather. So it's not too cold in the winter. The lowest temperature is only -6 to -5 Celsius degree, and it's not too hot in the summer. The highest temperature is only 27 to 28 Celsius degree. So students, international students coming from tropical countries like in Indonesia, in Philippines, and in Vietnam, you don't have to do much to adjust to this weather in Windsor. So beside the best weather that we can offer to international students, there are some facts about the city of Windsor that may attract you. So Windsor is the top 6 safest city in Canada, and the surrounding of Windsor is also home to 5 out of 10 safest communities in Canada. We are the international border city, so we border Detroit, which is the largest city in Michigan and one of the major cultural centers of the United States. With a total population of 220,000 people in Windsor, we are in the top 4th most diverse city in Canada, only after Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal. That's why international students coming here, you would never find yourself an outsider and you would never find yourself lost. You always have your community well established here in Windsor. And one of the big plus about University of Windsor and the City of Windsor is that the City of Windsor is the most affordable big city in Ontario. So that means we offer the lowest cost of living in Ontario. That's why international students coming here, you can obtain the very high quality degree, and then you can save some money for your future as well. So here you can see from Windsor, you can get access to all of the biggest metropolitan cities in North America, not only in Canada, but also in the United States. So it takes only less than 10 minutes to travel by car from Windsor to downtown Detroit, and 4 hours to Toronto and Chicago, 8 hours to Ottawa and Washington, D.C., and 10 hours to New York and Montreal. That's why Windsor was chosen to be the epicenter of international logistics in North America. This is the busiest border crossing between Canada and United States. This area handles over 1/3 of the total trade value between Canada and United States. Because of that, a lot of companies from different fields, they choose Windsor as their home base. Their operation and their distribution manufacture would be in Windsor. That translates into a lot of job opportunities for our students, both part-time, full-time, and co-op. So here on this picture, you can see the proximity between Windsor and Detroit. Just as Andrew has shared with you before, it's very easy to travel from Windsor to Detroit. That's why I always refer to Windsor as where American dream and Canadian dream meet. So this green side, the grass side, is actually a part of the campus of University of Windsor, just on the bank of Detroit River, overlooking Detroit City. Then we are going to explore about University of Windsor and what we have to offer. So University of Windsor was founded in 1857. We are one of the oldest university in Canada, and we are also performing very good on ranking. So we are in the top 13 of the best comprehensive university in Canada. And also in terms of student services, we are proud to be in top 4th. So the student services here are well-rounded services, including academic services, international student services, especially career development services. Because of that, we have the very high graduate employment rate of 95.1% across all of the programs at University of Windsor. With a total population of the student of 17,000 students, we are the mid-scale university, and because of the mid-sized population, we can offer the student a very personal education with a student over faculty ratio only 26/1. So we want to maximize the interaction between the student and the professor, as well as the peer support between the students in the same class or in the same faculty. The international student body is 23% coming from 100 different countries. So it's just like the miniature of the Canadian community right here at the campus of University of Windsor. So about the programs, we have all kinds of the programs that you're looking for. I'm confident that any programs that you are interested in, University of Windsor can offer that. We have 9 faculties. So you can see here, we have arts, humanities, and social sciences. We have business, which is AACSB accredited. We have science, engineering, nursing, human kinetics, education, law, and we also have the English language improvement program. For any student whose first language is not English, and then you have not met the English requirement for the academic program. So we have undergraduate level, and we also have the graduate level for university degree holders, and 200 different program in undergraduate level, 70 program in graduate level, 3-year bachelor's degree, 4-year honor bachelor's degree, 2-year post-bachelor master's degree, and 4-year PhD. And all of these programs at University of Windsor can help you to apply for postgraduate work permit of 3 years. So here you can see the list of a lot of programs in undergraduate level at University of Windsor. So because we have so many programs here, so I'm pretty sure that any program you are looking for, you can contact Maple Corp and you can contact Andrew. He can find the right program for you. And then for the admission requirements, there are 2 things. It's very straightforward. We look for the first thing is the completion of grade 12 diploma, or in Indonesia, it would be SMA. The minimum GPA is 7 to 8. And then the second requirement for the undergraduate program, which is a bachelor's degree, would be the English proficiency requirement. So IELTS 6.5 is what we are looking for, and we're looking for 6.5 overall. No specific requirement for a single band. As long as you have the overall score of 6.5, you're good to go. And we will also accept Duolingo or TOEFL, and you can also attend our English language improvement program. And I understand that in Indonesia, other than the SMA, you also have the international curriculum, for example, the International Baccalaureate, IB curriculum, as well as the GCE A-level curriculum. Then with the international curriculum, the English proficiency requirement would be waived. So you just have to meet the academic requirement, which is the GPA, the overall score. So for the IB curriculum, a minimum score of 24 is desired. And then you have to pass a minimum of 6 subjects. You also have some prerequisite courses that you have to present in SL or HL, which is standard level or higher level. And transfer credits are also available for any courses with the grade of 5 or above. With the A-level IGCSE or GCE, you should have 5 passes in the GCE, including 2 in A-level. And then the transfer credits are available for courses with C or above, and prerequisite courses should be in A-level. One of the plus about the programs at University of Windsor is that we offer 100% of the programs with experiential learning. Co-op, paid internship, or field placement are available for all of the program. But most of the students are looking for the co-op program, which is a paid internship, so that they can go work full-time during the study, and then they would get paid like equally as any other employees in the company. So at University of Windsor, we have some programs offered with co-op option, which is paid internship option. And like fortunately, those programs are also like very strong programs at University of Windsor. So first of all, we have business, which is AACSB accredited, and not like any other institution. They offer general business administration. We offer 7 different specializations here. And we also have computer science, which is ranked in the top 11 in Canada with 6 different specializations. Engineering is ranked in the top 9 in Canada. And we have all of the aspects in engineer for the student to explore. Other than that, the health sciences program are also our strength with the medical physics, human kinetics, chemistry, and biochemistry for the student who have eyes for the health sciences. With the co-op program at University of Windsor, a lot of students would ask us that if the institution, the university is going to help the student in finding job. So you can rest assured that we are going to help you and support you in every single step, from when you prepare for the application until you prepare for the job interview, and the university is going to book the interview for you as well. Because we ourselves have the commitment with the provincial government to support the co-op program to help the student to find job and to help the local company to have good employees. That's why you can rest assured when you attend the co-op program at University of Windsor. The salary would be from 17 to 35 Canadian dollars. And we have 2 different offices to help the student to find job and prepare for the job. And we try our best to engage the student with employees. So there are a lot of different activities that we have to help our students to engage with the employers and the companies. So from the large scale, we have job fairs, we have part-time job fairs, as well as job shadowing and a guided job search. And in the more personal scale, we have one-on-one appointment with career advisors, so we can help the student to fix their CV and their resume, as well as help them to do mock interview. So all of the students at University of Windsor, you can get access to these kind of services for free. You don't have to pay any extra fee for these kind of services. And here we have a lot of different partners in our network, and you can find that they are from a lot of different fields. So we have bank, we have finance, we also have retail, entertainment, etc. So you can explore a lot of job and employment opportunities here at University of Windsor. So as I have shared in the beginning of this section, that we are going to highlight the scholarship information, because I know that it's very important for the student to learn more about the financial aid. So in University of Windsor, we actually very generous when it comes to scholarship and bursary. So we provide over 11 million of dollars in scholarship and bursary, and we have many different types of entrance scholarship for international student. The first one would be the open entrance scholarship, which is genuinely based on the student grade 12 GPA. And we have the value from 1,000 to 16,000 Canadian dollars, which is a total value over 4 years. And it depends on your GPA in grade 12 that you have the respective value of scholarship here. Other than the open entrance scholarship, which is a grade-based scholarship, we also have the application-based scholarship. So with the application-based scholarship, you have to apply to the program that you are interested in. And then you apply for the scholarship separately. And we have like 100 different types of application-based scholarship. And the highest level is the International Excellence Scholarship with a total value of 20,000 Canadian dollars over 4 years. And the takeaway about the scholarship at University of Windsor is that if you are eligible for multiple scholarship, you can apply for as many scholarship as you like. There is no limitation. And if you receive multiple scholarship, the value would be combined and you don't have to choose only one scholarship. So how cool is that, right? And at University of Windsor, we also have the international student tuition guarantee in place. And this policy is to help our student to like financially plan in advance before you start the program at University of Windsor. With this policy, any international student at University of Windsor will receive the fixed tuition rate from the first semester until you graduate. So a maximum of 5 years for undergraduate and the maximum of 2 years for the master's students. So like in Canada, normally every year of the international student, they would raise the tuition fee by 5 to 10%. But at University of Windsor, as an international student, you would not be suffered from the tuition raise like that. So that's about the undergraduate program, which is a bachelor's degree for any high school graduates or for anyone who are looking for the second degree. But what if you would like to study like in the graduate level? At University of Windsor, we can also offer you the master's degree as well as the PhD. And with the graduate programs at University of Windsor, we have two types. The first one is the research-based master's program and PhD. And the second one is the course-based master's program, which are way more popular for international students because you don't have to do any research. You don't have to do any thesis. You can just complete the required number of courses, and then you would have the master's degree, which is highly regarded and worldwide recognized. You can go anywhere to find jobs with the master's degree in the course-based master program at University of Windsor. And you can find here, we have a lot of different master course-based program. So in actuarial science, in computer science, applied computing, applied economics and policy. We also have Master of Education, medical biotechnology, Master of Management would be a perfect replacement for the MBA if you don't want to take GMAT. And we also have Master of Engineering. All the course-based master's program at University of Windsor are 2-year program, which has 4 consecutive terms. That's why you can complete the program in a very short amount of time, only 16 months, 1.5 years. But you are still eligible for the postgraduate work permit of up to 3 years. Because normally, if you take any program less than 2 years, you will not be able to apply for postgraduate work permit of 3 years. But because our course-based master program are accredited and recognized as a 2-year program, that's why you are still eligible for a 3-year postgraduate work permit. The admission requirements are also very achievable and accessible. So as long as you have a 4-year degree, bachelor's degree, or a 3-year honors bachelor's degree in a related field with a minimum GPA of 70%, you would be eligible for applying to the course-based master's program at University of Windsor. IELTS 6.5 or 7.0, depending on the different program, are desirable. Some of the program would look for reference letters, but no GRE or GMAT required, so you don't have to take any extra additional exam. Statement of interest or CV and resume would be required as well. So about some of the information about the immigration, because like it's a part of like the pathway, the successful pathway for any international student coming to Canada. A lot of you in the end of the road, you would want to apply for permanent residencies in Canada. And if you're attending institution in Ontario, as I shared before, we have a very big favor for university degree holders. As you can see here, if you want to apply to the Ontario Immigration Nominee Program, then there are 3 different streams which are suitable for international student. And I have put them in the order of less competition. So with the first immigration program in Ontario is the employment job offer for international student. So all of the international student coming from colleges, coming from university, even if you have the diploma, you can apply under this program. But it's quite challenging because they look for a job offer full-time permanent in Ontario. Like if you have the job offer, you can apply to this under this stream. But for example, if you have the university degrees holder, for example, you have the bachelor's degree, then you can apply for permanent residencies under the human capital prioritized stream. And under this stream, you don't have to have any job offer, only 1 year of working experience. And then in some of the prioritized occupation, for example, finance, accounting, advertising, marketing, HR, business analysis, and computer science. And then you can apply under this human capital priorities program. And then the last stream would be the less competitive stream in Ontario, which is a master or PhD graduate. So with this stream, the ultimate requirement is full-time study and a degree, the master or PhD degree from a public university in Ontario, and then no job offer or working experience is required. You can apply for the permanent residencies under the master and PhD stream here. So Ontario is definitely the most popular and very competitive in terms of permanent residencies. However, you should be wise when you choose your academic plan to be able to apply for permanent residencies afterwards. And finance matters a lot. And I know that a lot of students would be concerned about the tuition fee for a different program at University of Windsor. So I have to say that the tuition fee at the University of Windsor is in the average for the top ranking public institution in Ontario and in Canada. For the undergraduate program, the tuition fee is 28,000 to 36,000 Canadian dollars per year. And for the graduate program, it's 18,000 to 21,000 Canadian dollars per year. And as I shared before, Windsor is the most affordable big city in Ontario. So we offer the lowest living cost in Ontario, only 9,000 to 10,000 Canadian dollars per year. And you can live comfortably in Windsor already. We have 3 intakes per year in January, May, and September. So it's very, very flexible for any student who wants to attend University of Windsor at any time. We also have resident services. We have the on-campus housing with 4 different buildings to serve international students as well as domestic students coming from other provinces, coming from other cities. And other than that, if you don't like to stay on campus, you can always find homestay or off campus, like apartment or like a shared house with your friends. It's very flexible. There are a lot of different options for you. in terms of student services, we are in the top four student services in Canada, so we are very proud of our services. Other than the health services, academic services, we also have student support for each and every faculty at University of Windsor. That's why the student coming to University of Windsor, you would be surrounded by the support from the university, from the faculty, as well as from the department and from the class itself. So you would never be like alone when you're at University of Windsor, and you have a lot of tension from the university when you're here. With the International Student Center, one of the special service that we have is the immigration and visa advising, because we have the group of regulated Canadian immigration consultant, which help our students with any concerns and inquiries in terms of immigration and visa. However, we can only help you when you are the registered student at University of Windsor, which means that you have to attend University of Windsor on campus. Before that, if you are still in Indonesia looking for the way to apply for a study permit and visa to attend University of Windsor, I would highly recommend that you reach out to Andrew, you reach out to Mapu Corp and Apply Board to explore out their service, so that you would be in the better care. And they would help you because they have the very good experience and knowledge about the visa and study permit for Indonesian student to study in Canada. So that would be all the information that I would like to share about University of Windsor and the City of Windsor. I hope that it was helpful, and it would be like help you to make a decision, or help you to consider and plan for your academic and study abroad in the future. Some of the support that University of Windsor helped during COVID is that for any student, international student attending University of Windsor, we would offer 50% of discount on the airfare ticket if you fly via Air Canada. And we also offer international student with a free Duolingo coupon so that you can take the Duolingo test online to meet the English proficiency requirement for all the programs at University of Windsor, from the undergraduate to the graduate level. So thank you so much for being very attentive. And if you have any question, please open your micro and then you can talk to me directly. Or if you are shy, you can put your question in the chat, and I would be happy to answer all the questions that you have.
Wonderful. Yeah, thanks, Jessica, for your very insightful information. Yeah, I hope that the presentation has shared a lot of useful information that you are interested in. So apparently that we have quite a number of questions for you, Jessica. Yeah, so yeah, we have the first question here. Maybe it's good that for me to read out so you can address those inquiries from them. So the first question from Nick, actually apparently that he have a lot of questions for you. So he's very interested in University of Windsor. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, so his first question is, can you give exception for English test for those students who study in another country in English medium?
Yep, so it depends on the level of study that he's applying to. For example, if you apply to undergraduate programs like the bachelor's degree at University of Windsor, if you have at least 3 years of study with the English as the language of instruction, you would be considered for English waiver. However, if you apply for the master's degree, then you should have your previous degree completed in the English, like the English spoken country. Like even though if you are in Indonesia and you study in the like the English taught university, like all your program is in English, but in Indonesia is not the exemption, like the English exemption country. You still have to present your IELTS or TOEFL or Duolingo.
Yes, so can I just ask to that question again? If let's say, because you, as you're aware that nowadays we have a lot of university who have partnership with another institution, for instance, like in Singapore or in Malaysia, the student actually they study under UK curriculum for
Yeah.
their bachelor program, but their campus in the transcript indicated that, you know, the campus location in Malaysia. So
Yeah.
would it be considered as an English speaking country, or the students still have to produce, you know, proof of English proficiency?
Yep, so Singapore is actually the English exemption country. So if the students study in Singapore, then they would be eligible for English waiver. But Malaysia is not the same. I know that there are a lot of American and UK curriculum in Malaysia, but they still have to present IELTS.
Yeah, okay, thanks so much. Yeah, so that is because I believe that, you know, some of the students here, I think Corp, they have contacted me previously that, you know, the student is studying University of UK.
Yes.
I mean, one of university in UK, but the campus is located in Malaysia. So they just want to find out that, you know, whether, you know, they need to produce IELTS or TOEFL.
Yeah,
So now
still.
with your answer, I believe that is already addressed that inquiry. So yes, guys, yeah, so if you are not, you know, coming from English medium country like Singapore or UK, Australia, then yes, you still have to submit your IELTS as the proof of English proficiency. All right, so the next question will be me, yeah,
Sure.
because it's yeah, so because I do know that, you know, some university that they do accept Duolingo, like University of Windsor, but when is the last intake you guys accepting this Duolingo? Because it's just, you know, because of the COVID, so you know, some of the, you know, like British or other English center, they couldn't conduct IELTS or TOEFL. So that's why, you know, the student have to do Duolingo as an online English test, but it's good, it's only temporary measure for now. But what about, you know, when will be the last intake you are accepting? So at least, you know, we do have some students here in year 11 or year 12, they will be finishing in the next couple of months, and they, you know, they are planning to take Duolingo as well. So they just want to know that, you know, if, you know, by the time I finish my study, then, you know, the University of Windsor don't accept anymore, then I better change, you know, another test format. So that is something that, you know, they would like to find out.
Yeah, actually for Duolingo, we still accept Duolingo until winter 2023. So like until January 2023. And if you don't have, we don't have any further notice, we are going to keep accepting Duolingo even after that. So it depends on the situation, the pandemic situation. And the Duolingo score that we're looking for is the minimum score of 120 for all the program, the undergraduate program, as well as the graduate program. And we look for the overall score. Even for the IELTS, we also look for the overall score. We don't look for a single band.
That is wonderful. So guys, even, you know, you have,
Yes,
you know,
nice.
writing even 5.5, but you have other component
yes,
like your
yes,
speaking,
yes,
your 7, so
yes.
it's, you can make up, so
Yes.
you don't need to retake, because in some of the
Yes.
university here, they really look at individual band score that have to be 6.0 or 6.5. So University of Windsor will be much more flexible. Yeah, so that we won't be one of the option for you.
Master one at your skill, and it would like balance your overall score.
Yeah, wonderful. Yep. So yeah, so the next question also, I think, coming from me as well. Yeah, because it's some students come to us, especially from Corp, because they have some potential student asking for the Bachelor of Commerce, especially for business administration. And they are very interested in logistics, but they couldn't find that program because that is a specialization which they can't select at the beginning. So would you tell more about that information so they know it better?
Yeah, I think that logistics and supply chain is like the very demanding program for all the international students at the moment. And one of the advantage for any student at University of Windsor studying logistics is that we are the hub of logistics in Canada. So we are like you are starting in the epicenter of international logistics. So there are a lot of opportunities for you. But of course, because the Bachelor of Commerce, you would have to study 4 years of honor bachelor's degree. And just like the American education system, the first 2 years would be the general business administration. And you should take all the programs in business, for example, marketing. You should have the well-rounded knowledge in business administration first before you can choose your specialization. So you can choose your specialization in the 3rd year after you complete all the general business administration courses, as well as you have met some of the requirements for the gate-in courses. The gate-in courses is somehow like the prerequisite courses for the supply chain management. And with the University of Windsor, the specialization related to supply chain management is also integrated with business analysis. So the student, you are not only studying supply chain management and the supply like the value chain management, but you have to also have knowledge into the business data analysis so you can maximize the supply chain system. Yeah, so it's a very well-rounded program. And after you finish the bachelor's degree, we have the option for you to pursue the higher degree in the graduate level, which is a Master of Management in Supply Chain Management Logistics, as well as the Master of Management in Business Data Analytics, so that you can dig deeper into the specialization that you are interested in.
Yes, cool. So you can looking at the design of the program here at University of Windsor that they design at the first 2 years at the foundation of business, that is to give you very comprehensive understanding of the knowledge before you move forward to the specialization that you want to study. Then on top of that, you will be able to move forward to the higher level of education if you want to pursue for graduate program. So that is a one-stop pathway that you would consider if you wish to pursue for not only for logistics, they still have others specialization that you can could consider as well. So that is something that you can make up your mind and you can plan ahead. But on top of the logistics, right, can I check that if the student complete the bachelor program here at University of Windsor, if they want to pursue for master, so they can apply straight at the university? So do they need to provide any other additional requirement in order for them to apply for master program?
Actually not, because with the course by master's program, the student just have to complete the bachelor's degree. They don't have to provide IELTS anymore because their previous degree was completed in Canada already. So they can just apply to the Master of Management if they want, or they can still like graduate and then have some time of working experience, and then they apply to master later, so that the program in the master like it would be more valuable that way. And also like in the Bachelor of Commerce at University of Windsor, as I have shared before, we have 3 co-op work terms. So by the time that they complete the 4-year bachelor's degree in commerce, they already have 1 year working experience in the related field, in the business or in the supply chain field already.
The next question, so the Diana, she wants to ask about scholarship for master program.
So as I shared, there are 2 types of master's program at University of Windsor, the research-based master and the course-based master's program. With the research-based master program, we do have scholarship for international student. However, it's like this research funding for your research and for your thesis. But if you apply for the course-based master's program, there is no scholarship available for international student. However, the tuition fee for the course-based master's program is very, very affordable. You can see it's only 18,000 to 21,000 Canadian dollars per year. And this tuition fee is the total tuition fee. It means that this tuition fee have already included the international student health insurance as well as other ancillary fees. So other than like book supplies and stuff, you don't have to spend any extra money on those kind of thing. So this like is the whole package already with the 18,000 to 20,000 Canadian dollars per year.
Yeah, so if you are looking for, affordable tuition fee for the master program, so I think that University of Windsor will be one of the best option for you to consider. And I believe that, the intake still open for September 2022. So if you want to, apply, just contact member Corp. They will be able to assist you with the application and how to get the offer letter from University of Windsor as well. Okay, we move to the next question that, the student asked, can I continue my study to the Master of Management with Communication as a previous bachelor major?
Yeah, definitely, because with Master of Management as well as the Master of Business Administration, MBA, we don't really require a specific background. As long as you are interested in the program and you have some kind of exposure to like the business and like some working experience before that, you can apply to the Master of Management.
Can I rephrase your answer that if let's say my bachelor degree in maybe education, but I have maybe 3 to 5 years working experience in business field, but my field is not relevant to the Master of Management or MBA, can I still eligible to apply?
Still, even if you have the background in engineering, in science, etc., you can still apply to Master of Management.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, so it's quite flexible in terms of the University of Windsor. They don't really look at the same field of major that you want to pursue, so that it could more flexible for you to choose from. Yes, then we have the next question from Nick again, that he is asking for the housing. Is it more expensive compared to Toronto?
Toronto is the most expensive, I have to say. Tracy can that. I don't have to say that. I share with you all, like Windsor is the most affordable big city in Ontario. So the housing, like even if you buy the house in Windsor, it's just half the price in Toronto. And if you rent an apartment in Windsor, it's also half a price as Toronto. So you can rest assured, my Indonesian student, he shared with me that every month he just have to spend 900 Canadian dollars to live like comfortably. And 900 Canadian dollars has already included accommodation, meal plans, transportation, some shopping. Wow. So it's very, very affordable. Yeah, I have to say so. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, so it is definitely it will be much cheaper compared to Toronto area, because it's Toronto under GTA. So of course it's the housing, transportation, or even meal. The food is slightly more expensive. Yeah, so because we are located in the city and really at the business district area, so of course it's slightly more expensive. Yeah, we have the next question from Andrew that is 1.5 years program for especially for master program is still eligible for BGWP up to 3 years.
I can make sure about that, because we have the IRCC, which is like we have regulated Canadian immigration consultant right on campus to make sure that all our programs are eligible for 3-year postgraduate work permit. If you find 1.5-year programs in other institutions, maybe some of the time you would not be eligible for 3-year postgraduate work permit. However, all of the 1.5-year program at University of Windsor are 4 consecutive terms. So we have the program completed in the accelerate form, and we have registered with the government, with the provincial government, that they are a 3-year program. Even on your offer letter, it is clearly stated that the program is 4 terms equivalent to 3 years. So you are still eligible for 3-year postgraduate work permit.
Okay, nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah. We have the next question here. What does 4 consecutive term mean, considering we need 2 years of study in order to obtain BGWP?
Yeah, as I explained, so the 2 years, it is like considered by the 4 consecutive term, because we have 4 academic terms, so it's 2 years. But the 4 consecutive terms means that you would have to study continuously. So there would not be any break. You would not take any summer break, because, you know, with the course-based master program, you would have to study in a cohort. So with the cohort, you would have to stay with your class, with all the classmates, and you move forward with them. That's why we have to design the program in the continuous format like that. You are going to start, like, for example, every year we have 3 intakes, right? We have January, May, and September. Most of the time the student would take January and September, and they take summer break in the summer intake. But with the course-based master program, 4 consecutive term means you have to study January, May, and September in 1 year continuously, and then another intake in the next academic year.
Yeah, so that means basically you just put in the simple term that, you know, you need to study 4 intake, no break in between. So yeah, so that is, you know, just put in the simple way. That's easy. That means you can see some of your friends who studying here that they have, oh, I have summer break or I have winter break. But if you study for master, that you don't have, you have to study consecutively for 4 term, I mean 4 semester, in order for you to obtain, you know, 3-year BGWP. So that is to explain your question.
Yeah, but I mean that's the big advantage for you, because you can complete the program in a very short amount of time. You can graduate and work earlier than other students, other institutions. Yeah.
At the same time, I believe that you can save on your living cost as well,
Sure.
because it's seen your study duration is shorter. That means your every month your monthly expenses will be, you know, lesser, because you only need to study about 16 months. Then after you graduate, you can work. That means you can earn money, which is to, you know, to cover your living costs. So you don't need to pay so much for your living costs actually. So it's a good way, you know, if you think about in terms of financially, that it will save a lot of money for your side. All right. Yeah, so we have a next question from Nick again. If the student has the course from Indonesia for his diploma in supply chain, can he or she get credit transfer for the Bachelor of Commerce in BA, specialized in supply chain?
Definitely. I will have to say that University of Windsor is one of the university and institution in Canada which is the most open to transfer credits. As long as you have some kind of post-secondary study, for example, diploma, for example, bachelor's degree before that, and you would like to transfer credits to the related field, even like irrelevant field at University of Windsor, you still have the chance to apply for transfer credits. So, for example, with this case, he has the diploma in supply chain. So some of the courses can be transferred to University of Windsor as the core courses or elective courses. So it depends on how we match the academic courses. So the only requirement and the only thing that you have to be mindful is that if you want to apply for transfer credits at University of Windsor, other than the transcript, the degree, the diploma, and your English proficiency test score, you would have to collect the course outline, the course syllabus. So we look for the detail of every single subject that you have completed in your diploma. So our admission can do the academic matching. We don't require you to submit your transcript to any third party, for example, West or NASES. The admission at University of Windsor is going to do the matching, the academic matching by ourselves.
Yep. So that means when you submit the application, you just need to, prepare additional document, in your program syllabus at your diploma program. So I believe that when you study for this diploma in supply chain, you already have the program syllabus. So just make sure that you have that copy and submit your application together, so you can send to University of Windsor for the credit transfer application.
Yeah, and the admission assessment and the transfer credit assessment would be happening like concurrently. So you don't have to wait until you have the offer letter to be assessed for transfer credit, and you don't have to pay the deposit or any tuition fee before you receive the result of transfer credit assessment.
Cool. You can see that, they really want to make sure that, you already study or you already have knowledge in your diploma program, and they find that is similar. So of course, definitely they will exam for those subjects. So you don't need to retake again. So that is a good thing. Yeah. So you can, consider University of Windsor for this. Yeah. Especially for logistics and supply chain.
Heavily.
Yeah. Okay, we have the next question here. Just to make sure that GMAT GRE test is not required for management graduate program for admission.
We don't require GMAT or GRE for the Master of Management, but if you apply to the MBA, you should have GMAT. So that's why I say that Master of Management is the perfect replacement for MBA if you don't want to take GMAT. Yeah,
and also she also asked us the next question that, and is that program available for someone with undergraduate degree in architect?
Yeah, definitely. You can apply for the Master of Management if you have a background in architecture. So some of the aspect that you may apply to, for example, human resource management, which would help like with the project management, you can consider that.
Yeah. Cool. So you can see that. So they don't really look at, the major you have completed in your bachelor program for master management. So, and also they don't need GMAT, GRE. So it's quite flexible, you can consider. Yeah, but if you're looking for MBA, then yes, they will look at, GMAT score. But can I check that, what is the cutoff score for GMAT if you didn't want to apply for MBA? I mean, just, along with this question that, some students might have other option in hand. Yeah.
The minimum score that we look for the MBA, it would be GMAT 550. But I would have to say that MBA is highly competitive at University of Windsor. Every year, we only accept 90 students, both domestic and international, to our MBA. So to be competitive in the program, you should have GMAT 600, actually. Yeah.
Oh, then I believe that I don't highly recommend this program, because you can see that the quota the university take in is only 90. And we are talking about not only 90 students coming from Indonesia alone, we are talking about the whole world. Any student come from any nationality, they can apply for this program. So you can see how, intensive competition that you may have, because you can see that, so better you can consider Master of Management and no GMAT required and not so competitive. Yeah, then it would be better option. Cool. Yeah, we have the next question. I think our section is run our bit of time. Just bear with us for a couple of minutes because we still have some more questions. Yeah, yeah. So if the student in the middle of the program, let's say that he already studied bachelor program at University of Windsor, and during the first year suddenly he want to change a program, can he do that? And is it going to start from beginning of the term, or how he can transfer from business major to engineering major?
So if the student wants to change the program, yes, you have all the opportunity to change to any program that you are interested in the time that you study at University of Windsor. And about the start, then you don't have to start from the beginning of the program. So like, as I shared with you before, even if you transfer from any university in Indonesia, you can transfer credit to the program at University of Windsor. So if you are already in a certain program at University of Windsor, definitely you can transfer some credit from that program to your new program as well. And it would be even way easier for you because like the courses in University of Windsor, we have already evaluated like inside the university. So it's an internal process. So you can transfer some credit. So for example, if you transfer from business to engineering, of course, there are some courses would not be able to transfer because it's not in the same field. But for example, if you have mathematics, business mathematics, it can still be transferred to the engineering. And for example, like some of the communication or like media courses can also transfer to engineering as the elective courses. The degree, the bachelor's degree would be very different from the diploma or advanced diploma in colleges. Because, for example, for the 4-year bachelor's degree, we have 40 courses, but there would be only 30 core courses related directly to your subject. But there would be 10 other elective courses, which you can choose from any aspects, arts, language, science. So the courses in business can be transferred as the elective courses in the engineering program for sure.
Yep. So I just add on to Jessica that, if let's say, if you only study for 1 semester at University of Windsor for bachelor program, they only maybe complete about 3 to 4 subjects, and
Yeah.
it might not be, in the list of, elective, or who knows that you study is the core subject that in that particular major. So you may not be able to transfer from business to engineering. So I guess that it should be better for you to look at before you want to transfer the program. So looking at the program's subject, the list of subject you would be studying, then would be better for you to make a better decision whether you want to change to the new major. All right. Yeah, so we have the next question here that I got diploma qualification major in English, but I have more than 20 years of working experience. Can I eligible to apply for master program?
So I mean, with the diploma here, I don't think that it would be eligible for the master, the admission requirements of the master's program, because with the master, we look for 4-year bachelor's degree or 3-year honor bachelor's degree in the UK curriculum, for example. So if the student only have diploma, then they can transfer to our bachelor's degree to complete the program and then apply for the master's degree. But they cannot have the direct entry to the master's program with the diploma.
Yeah, actually, it's true, especially for Canadian education system. I would say that for all the graduate program, they are looking at the minimum qualification have to be minimum 3 to 4 years bachelor qualification in order for you to apply. So it's slightly different compared to others that is nation like UK, that you can apply at the merger entry with your number of years of working experience to substitute your qualification. So it's just a bit slightly different because every country, they will have different education system, and the way they evaluate your application will be different as well. But for Canada in general, they will need your minimum is a 3 to 4 years bachelor qualification in order to apply for master program.
Yeah.
So that is just to add on the information for your consideration.
That's very good to know.
Yeah. So next we have, I'm considering to apply for Master of Applied Economics and Policy program. If I apply for September 2022 intake now, how long would I get the LOA?
Yeah, so the deadline for September 2022 would be the 1st of March. So I would encourage you to apply as soon as possible. Contact Andrew to prepare for your application. And for the processing time with the master's degree, normally once you upload the completed application with all of the required documents, you should expect from 4 to 6 weeks to receive the result, the admission result from the University of Windsor. And with the Master of Applied Economics and Policy, the only specific requirement is for the reference. So you should have 2 reference letters. We prefer to have academic reference letters. for the Master of Applied Economics and Policy. Other than that, only transcript and then IELTS, CV, resume, and your study plan.
Oh, but the general reference is that can apply for the general reference, like in his jobs, something like that.
No, we don't look for any work experience. We don't look for any work experience. So the CV or the resume just for us to know what you have been up to till now. But the work experience is not required. It's not mandatory.
Okay, so for the reference need to be academic reference then from the reference.
So we prefer academic reference. So among two, like between two reference letters, so at least one should be in academic. And the other can be in general.
Okay.
So that means, I guess, that the student have to get the reference from his professor during his study at Bachelor. So they must have the contact, whether, from any subject when he studied at Bachelor program. That must, and who would be, able to write reference letter for him. That would be better, in terms of admission here at University of Windsor, I guess.
Thank you.
And the student just have to provide the reference contacts. We are going to contact the referees directly and provide them with a form to fill out.
So that means we don't even need reference letter, just their contact details. So that means that you only need to contact the professor previously that, I am going to apply for this master program. Can you be my reference? If they say yes, can I get your contact details? So that is where you provide to the university, and they will contact the reference, the referee directly. We have the next question here. How about Master of Management, about the tuition fee and the payment method? Is it by per term or it will be by academic year?
For the Master of Management, right?
Yeah.
So for the Master of Management, the total tuition fee for the whole course, which is for 2 years, would be 41,500 Canadian dollars. So it's only 20,000 Canadian dollars per year. And this tuition, as I have mentioned, has already included the international student, health insurance and the ancillary fees already. So you just have to prepare the living cost only. So that's the tuition fee. And the last part of the question, Tracy, can you repeat?
It's a payment method. Is it paid by term or even?
Yeah, it can pay term by term. It can be paid in term, so you don't have to pay like the full year tuition.
So you can just think that you can pay by installment before you start the new semester. That is where you need to pay the tuition fee 2 weeks before the new term start. So it will be easier for you to manage. So at least you don't need to prepare your big amount of money at the beginning of the year or before you come here. You just need to pay the first semester tuition fee, and you can ask your parents to prepare, the next tuition fee, which is 3 weeks before the new term start of the following term. So it would be easier for you to manage in terms of financial.
And upon the receipt of your offer letter, you just have to pay the deposit of 4,000 Canadian dollars, and then you can apply for visa directly. You don't have to pay like the whole tuition fee to apply for visa.
So for the deposit of $4,000, that before they can get the final. For the master, okay. Before they get, that means they need to pay 4,000 as a tuition fee deposit before they get the final LOA. Then can I check that, because we do know that, when we apply for study permit application, it can be, various reasons that it can be approved, it can be refused. So in the event that the application is not successful, what happened to this $4,000?
So I have to clear one thing is that the offer letter at University of Windsor is the final offer. So for any student who received the offer letter, to accept the admission, you have to pay the deposit, and then you can request the receipt, the official receipt from University of Windsor, and then you use the offer letter, the previous offer letter, with the receipt for the deposit to apply for visa. So we don't have like the later LOA after the deposit. with the refund policy at University of Windsor, we have been very flexible with the refund. If the student unfortunately have the visa refusal, then he or she can apply for the full tuition refund, including the deposit. And we don't keep any administration fee if the student get visa refusal. So like the 4,000 Canadian dollars deposit would be fully refunded to the student. However, if it would be like any other reason, for example, he changed to other schools, or he canceled his plan to study in Canada to move to other destination, of course, the deposit would be non-refundable.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so it's good to know that. So of course, if with the valid reason, of course, if your study permit application is refused, then you have to submit, the refusal letter from IRCC, from Canada government to say that, I want to study, but just that I couldn't get my study permit approval, so the university will fully refund the tuition fee to you. But if you want to defer or you change your mind to change school, then of course this fee will not be refunded. Yeah, just want to make sure that everybody is clear on this. Yeah, then you don't need to come to Maple Corp later. How about my tuition fee if I change my mind? Oh, this question is already addressed here. Yeah, so you already know. Yeah, but cool. Okay, then we have the next question here. That do you support a student who does not acquire a minimum level of English test such as ESL program before going to the academic program?
Yes, definitely. We have the English Language Improvement Program. So for any student who applies to University of Windsor without any English standardized courses, test score, for example, IELTS, TOEFL, Duolingo, we still issue the conditional offer with the English condition on your offer letter. And then you have two options. You can register to our English Language Improvement Program, or you can take the English test and submit your English test score later to clear the English condition. And you have the deadline of 30 days before the start date to submit your English test score. So there are two options for you. You can submit your IELTS later, or you can register into the English Language Improvement Program at University of Windsor.
But if, let's say, I don't have IELTS test score or Duolingo, but I want to study English at university, do I need to take any English entrance test, or how you can determine my English proficiency?
Yeah. So
to put me at the right level. Sorry.
Yeah. So to determine the suitable level for the English student, we have the placement test. So for the placement test, it's actually the Duolingo test. We provide the coupon for you to take the Duolingo, and then you submit the Duolingo test score so that we can place you in the right level. And we have the 5 level in the English program.
Oh, cool. So you can see that, even if you don't want to have if you don't want to pay for English test, then of course if you want to study English at university, you can take the coupon from the university, and to determine which level is the best level for you before you take the academic program. So sure. It's a kind of a cost saving for you, at the same time it's fulfill the university requirement. So yeah. Okay, we have the next question here. How about the GPA qualification for master?
Yeah, so the minimum GPA is 70% for most of the master's program. Before the Master of Management, the required GPA is 73%.
If what happens if I don't meet the GPA requirement, can I still apply for master program?
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, I actually, when I read out this question, I already know that if you don't meet the GPA requirement, unfortunately you can't apply. That is very simple. Yeah, but just to
because the master's program at University of Windsor is very, very competitive. We fill out the slot very, very quickly. So you should have the minimum requirement. You should meet the minimum requirement to apply.
Yeah, I believe that is here. Most of the university here, be graduate or undergraduate program, they all set a minimum GPA requirement. That is a cutoff score. So if you meet that minimum requirement, you are eligible to apply. So if you don't, then of course you are not eligible to apply. So you have to find other option that fulfill your GPA score that you have. Yeah, so that is the common requirement here in Canada
Yeah,
school.
it's a common practice. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Okay, I
Okay.
have had a master degree of applied psychology for HR, for human resource department, and I have more than 10 years working experience here. If I consider to take master of management program in HRM, am I eligible to apply for scholarship and work study program as from the beginning of study?
Sorry to interrupt you
Yeah.
guys, because of the times issue. So
Oh, okay.
maybe,
Yeah.
We
maybe
still
one
have, so
or
you can see,
yes.
we can see have a lot of question here. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe we can just okay. So for
Maybe this was the last questions, or one or two last questions, then we go to.
I think maybe
closing
like after
statement,
that, the student
session.
can contact Andrew and you can
Sure.
follow up with all the questions. If any question that we can help, like in the backstage, then you can reach out to Andrew and Maple Corp.
No problem.
Yeah, so just to add on 1-2 minutes here, because it's one question he asked for the deadline admission for master program. So I think that Desi had mentioned earlier that the deadline will be March 1st. So you can prepare the document now and ask Maple Corp for consultation, and they will help you to submit. Yeah, all the master program will be a full-time program because it will apply for international students. You can work part-time up to 20 hours per week during your study term. If you are in summer break or winter break, then will be full-time. You can work up to 40 hours.
Yeah.
All right.
They can work on campus and off campus. If you work part-time off campus, you might have maximum of 20 hours per week. But if you work on campus, University of Windsor allows you to work up to 24 hours per week. And one of the things about the application deadlines that I have mentioned, most of the master's program have the deadline for September 2022 of the 1st of March. However, with the Master of Management, which a lot of students are asking here, the fall 2022 has already been closed and then full. So if you are interested in the Master of Management, you can prepare your documents and application for winter 2023 already. And we have opened the application portal for winter 2023 for Master of Management.
All right, yeah, so the last one, because the deadline will be March 1st, so you should prepare document now, so you should have enough time for you to submit the application. So it's because as long as you submit the application before March 1st, so your application will be taken, and they will depend on the university to evaluate. So it can be after 1st March, but your application already locked before that, and you are safe to go. All right. Yeah, so I think because of time constraints, so really thank you, Maple Corp and everyone, for taking time to join this webinar, and thank you, Jessica, for your time today. You have give wonderful and useful information for our prospective student here. If you have any further question, feel free to reach out Maple Corp. They are here in Indonesia. They will help you every step from your study permit, admission, even immigration in the future. So it's a one-stop service for you guys. Yeah, so that's all I want to say. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you, Jessica. Bye, everyone.